What's up, y'all, and welcome back to Dad Needs to Talk. I'm your host, Robert, and today we're going to be diving into a manga called Elden Ring: The Road to the Erdtree. Now, this is a very this was a very interesting manga for a couple of reasons. For one, it is a crossover between two different hobbies that I enjoy, gaming and manga. And the manga itself was actually a really nice surprise. Now, of course, before I dive into it, of course, I gotta give a shout out and thanks to uh, the publisher Yen Press for providing me with a digital review copy. And yeah, and so like I said, it's published by Yen Press, and the story and art of this this adaptation is by Nikiichi Tobita, but of course the original creators of the Elden Ring series is FromSoftware. Now, FromSoftware, which speaking of which, those of y'all watching the video version of this, I'm of course rocking my Bloodborne shirt. Um, May you find your worth in the waking world. This is like one of my all-time favorite shirts. Shout out to my homie Kelly from back in the day. Got me this many years back from when Bloodborne came out. But I have I have been kind of like loosely a fan of From Software stuff from a distance, so to speak, because I've dipped my toe in some of their stuff. Like, of course, I played through Bloodborne, loved that game. I think I played through a little bit of like Dark Souls 3, maybe some of the other Dark Souls back in the day. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten to play Sekiro or Elden Ring itself, but that's kind of where things get very interesting with this, because this manga, as somebody who, even though I didn't play Elden Ring, I have a pretty good general knowledge of the series, just because I watched dozens of hours of people streaming it, especially those early parts of the game. So a lot of these certain character names and different stuff, and of course like certain just themes and tropes and stuff of From Software games, I'm just familiar with, like I said, just between playing Bloodborne, and there are just common things, DNA that a lot of the games and stuff share in between. And so, honestly, I was a little bit hesitant going into reading this because I hadn't played the game. I was like, well, I don't know if there would be anything in here for me, because I'm like, okay, maybe this would be just like a retelling of it or whatever, and there might be nothing in there. But I decided to give it a chance, and I'm glad I did, because surprisingly, this is actually a gag manga of sorts. Now, the start of it, and I'm gonna just show just this little bit slight comparison of the manga. Starts off with them going through a more or less kind of like a close shot for shot of that opening cinematic of the game, with the dramatic narration and talking about all the different demigods and what happened up until the point where it says, arise ye tarnished. Um, but, as I'm reading this, of course, like in my head, you know, I can just hear the narration, like I said, just being familiar with the games and stuff, whatever. But then it gets to a point to where it gets to basically showing the main character, and it's pretty much just like in the character creation where you can do like different custom builds, and a lot of people do basically like a no armor run. That is what this main character starts off with in the manga, where he literally is just in nothing but underwear. And I can't remember her name, the maiden in the beginning. she is basically like this can't be the chosen one, basically, that we've been waiting for. And the freaking first chapter is literally named uh you thought this would be serious, didn't you? And that's when it kind of hooked me, because like I said, of course I was all here for it, for the dramatics and stuff, whatever, because I enjoyed watching all these streams and all this, seeing all the different stuff from the world of Elden Ring. But it was kind of like this record scratch moment to where I'm like, wait. And then as I continue to read it, they do a nice job of, like I said, hitting some of those story points and stuff. Like, of course, the main character encounters um, the giant armored dude that's riding around the horse in that opening area. Of course, you encounter the kind of shady looking dude in the castle that's like, hey, there's a shortcut this way. Of course, there's Godric. Of course, there is uh, Ronnie. Of course, there is the wolf dude that you do a side quest for in the game. Blade. I don't know. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing any of these names, but and Blade, for example, I never really saw him too much in any of the gameplay stuff that I watched, any of the streams I watched, or whatever. So I was like, okay, and I googled, and I literally paused my reading, and I watched like some of like his uh, footage from his side quests and stuff, whatever, and the fight that happens with the person you're going on a side quest with him for, or whatever, happens in the manga. But like I said, there's different gags and tropes and stuff all along the way. To even where like when you're like leveling up and stuff, and the maiden is like, "You're stupid. We're gonna dump all your experience into leveling up your intelligence," and just little stuff like that. So all in all, this is just me just straight to the point saying this was a unexpected fun read. And like I said, if you're somebody like me who maybe you've maybe played some of the games in the past, like Bloodborne or some of the Dark Souls games, maybe even played Elden Ring, but I feel like I said, somebody who primarily just experienced those series from afar, but enjoy even just watching streams of it, or whatever, then you might get at least a fun kick out of reading this, because like I said, you get some sprinkles of actual story and world building, but just with a funny twist on different things happening within the world. 'Cause like I said, he still goes through those story beats. He still encounters these characters, still going on side quests and getting items and all this other weird stuff. But they have fun along the way, literally almost breaking the fourth wall and some of this stuff. And like I said, that's what just made it just such a fun and, like I said, unexpected read. I think it ended up being about 177 pages, I believe. And I think it had maybe like 7, 8 chapters, something like that. So, pretty decent length. Like I said, all things considered, like I said, it's somebody that went in not really knowing what to expect. I came out on the other end very happy with my time reading this. And I wouldn't mind reading more, like I said, just because I'm interested in seeing more of this interpretation of the world and this journey and stuff. Um, and so who knows? And honestly, hey, I would be down for maybe like a goofy anime adaptation of this, whatever. So, but of course, I don't know. I would be curious to see how hardcore Elden Ring fans would react to reading this, as people who actually played through and experienced whatever. Like I said, as somebody who just kind of experienced it from a distance, whatever. This was a very fun read, and one that I would, like I said, definitely recommend. Maybe not, if I don't know, maybe if you do get it at full price is what? Let me see. US is $13. Maybe you may catch it on sale at some point. But all in all, hey, this was Elden Ring: The Road to the Erdtree was a very, very fun read. And sometimes you can't ask for nothing more than that. Especially with just like all the crazy stuff going on in the world, and just sometimes like some manga take themselves too serious. This was nice to kind of get that unexpected swerve of it kind of having the comedic angle and stuff. But yeah, so shout out to the Empress once again. Thanks for the copy, and like I said, shout out to FromSoftware for creating such a uh, lore enriched world that got adapted to this. And other quick things I'll note as well is I love how at the end of every chapter they do item descriptions like they do in the game, to where there might be an item that they might kind of show in the chapter or whatever, or they might show it in a more goofier way than the game. But at the end of the chapter, they always go through like, hey, this is what this item is. This is what it's used for in the game. But they also have like a second little box underneath that with the main character doing something goofy in relation to the item and stuff, whatever. So, because even like when he got his the bell to summon the astral wolves, and the main character freaking named them, and the wolves just scattered to the winds when they ran into Godric. But yeah, but all in all, like I said, I don't need to go through the full play-by-play of the series. But like I said, I just wanted to just share my joy from reading this manga. So let me know out there what y'all think of this. If from both sides, like I said, if you haven't played Elden Ring, but you maybe know it from a distance, does this interest you? And also, hey, if you have played it, does reading this interest you? I'll be very curious to know. But as always, thank you so much for watching. You can find me everywhere at Danny to Talk, where it's all about all conversations and videos and podcasts. It's all about fatherhood and family. Lots of manga, lots of anime and TV, and of course, video games. And with that being said, I'll catch you on the next one. Y'all have an awesome day, and peace.